it's on you.
Good morning. Really?
We have to pause for the announcement. We have a very special one in a minute. For our audience at home, the reason we are all cheering is because it is our last Algebra 2 assignment of the semester. Cheer again for that. Cheer for the smiley faces on the notes. I think I am more excited about that than all of you are. And for a very long time, this is another reason to be very excited because that's never going to happen again for a very long time. Okay, here we go. 12, 12, 12. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to talk about end of the world stuff, but all right. Here we go. I got them all riled up, and now I can't get them down. Shh. Everybody zip it. Okay. They're still going. Okay, so here we go. Here is what we are doing in the last lesson of the semester. We are trying to get variables by themselves, which we do all the time, right? If I give you an equation like 3x equals 21, who can tell me if I want to solve 3x equals 21, how I solve that? Thane.
Divide 21 by 3.
Divide by 3. Give it up for Thane. Yeah. And x equals 7. Okay, we have been doing that for years now. And we actually have been doing these kinds of things for a while too, except that we don't see them quite as often. So, can somebody tell me, here's the theme for today is opposites. Opposites. Okay. Now, opposites in what respect? Well, Olivia?
The PR and the T are multiplying each other, so in order to get R by itself, we need to divide.
Excellent. Everybody give it up for Olivia. Yay. So what she said, I think Sloan is the most enthusiastic of all of us today. Okay. What she said was that R is right now being multiplied by P and T. The opposite of multiplication is division. So to get the R by itself, we have to divide by P and T. Okay, so we get R equals I over PT. Okay. PT. Okay. Oh, it's PT.
E-T. We could just put E.
Okay, next one. Couple of options for this. Anyone have one suggestion for me? We have a couple of different ways we can do this, but does anyone have one suggestion? Aiden?
So, you would multiply. No, never mind.
Okay.
I cancel myself.
You cancel yourself. Okay. Sloan and then Samantha.
Hold up. I just realized. Wait, I got this. I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Stop. You're gonna multiply by PV. Wait, no.
Sort of. Let me try Samantha.
Divide by PV.
Okay, good. Eventually. Okay, good. We're going to divide by PV. That's one thing we're eventually going to do. But before that, Jessica?
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. Everybody give it up for Jessica. She said, because in case the camera didn't pick it up, she said, we're going to cross multiply. How many people agree that K is the same thing as K over 1?
Yes.
Yes, true. Good. So what Jessica suggested was to cross multiply, like we did yesterday. We did a lot of that, remember, in our wonderful notes yesterday, which we did not get on camera. We were having some serious technical difficulties yesterday. So if anyone was absent for the solving rational equations notes, check with someone. Okay, so 1 times PV is PV, T times K is TK. Now, again, if the goal is to get T by itself. Zach?
Divide everything by K.
Yay! Everybody give it up for Zach. He said it. We said the finality too.
Another announcement.
Yes.
Who will be presenting tomorrow? And Rebecca as well. Huh?
Oh.
Senior project.
Oh, senior projects are tomorrow. Yes, true. You're welcome to. So, are you asking in the class?
No, let's celebrate that.
Oh, we're celebrating. Yes. Senior projects will be done tomorrow for some people. Celebrate for all of them. And if you're not there yet, you will be before you know it. All right. We have 2 more, and then you guys will have some time to work on your homework. Okay. That is what we are solving for in this. Now, I just want to point out really quickly that in all of these problems that we've done so far, we have only had one of the variable, whoops, you can't see that, one of the variable that we're solving for to start out with. Keep that in your mind, okay? So it's gonna change in a little bit. All right. So, let me ask a question. If I had something like 15 plus 2x equals 25, how would I solve this? So we're going back to a while ago, but Vanessa?
First do minus 15.
Why do you minus 15 first? Okay, to get the that's good. Okay, everybody give it up for Vanessa. Okay, so in this case, let's just suppose that this is very similar. Can anyone take what Vanessa just did with this problem and kind of translate it to this new one? You know, there's all variables, all letters. That we do this very similar process. What do we think? Thane?
You transfer Rn over, subtract that from B.
Excellent. Everybody give it up for Thane. So T minus Rn, I'm just going to write this in a row here, equals Mn over P. Okay? Now we're going to go back to what Jessica was doing in the last problem. We're going to take T minus Rn, put it over 1. Why would we want to do that again? Sloan?
To get P away from, to get P by itself.
Good. To get P by itself and out of the denominator. Everybody give it up for Sloan. Did we give it up for Thane? Give it up for Sloan and Thane. Okay. So, on the left-hand side, we get P times, in parentheses, T minus Rn. On the right side, we get 1 times Mn, which is Mn. Now, sometimes you're going to have to distribute whatever you are multiplying to get something out of the parentheses, but in this case, remember what we're solving for is P. P is already outside of the parentheses, and there's only one of them. If we were to go and distribute it, then what would happen is we'd end up with multiple P's, and now that we don't want to go that way. Zach?
So we divide T minus Rn.
Excellent.
By T minus Rn.
Everybody give it up for Zach. So we divide both sides by T minus Rn, so they cancel out. T minus n, that is the end. Okay, how are we doing on questions? Questions? Okay, last problem. This is on your final, FYI, this last problem. This is the exact problem on the final.
Why would you say that?
Along with this one is also on your final.
Exact one?
Exact one. It's on your practice final and your final, both.
Why not?
I love
We
you,
want
Miss
her
Mary.
to tell us this. What's this
Okay.
all about?
That's horrible.
So I'm telling you this because guess what? There are 48 other questions that you still have to do well on. Of the things to be worried about, this is not one that I want you to stress out about as much. So you know now that this is, so we all better get this right on the final.
Remember the answer. Can I do that?
If you, of all of 50 questions, if you can remember that, that's fine. Okay, now, here we go. We're solving this one for L. Remember in the last couple problems, we've started with just one of the variable that we are supposed to be solving for. How many do we have now? 2. We don't want to solve for 2 of them, just 1. Can anybody think of a way that we can, like, finagle this to get only one of them? That finagle is a word.
That's a gross word. Finagle?
Okay.
We're going to finagle this equation.
Well, okay, whoa!
No, not
It is
that.
not fondle, if that's what you all are thinking.
No.
I know that's what some people back in the back are like, we are going to finagle this equation. It is not fondle. They do not mean the same thing.
No, it's just a
Finagle
gross
is mess
word.
with. To mess with, to manipulate, to
I'm saying that's
finagle. Okay, Cole.
Do you combine like terms?
In what way? What do you mean combine like terms?
I don't know, there's 2 levels. Probably not.
I have a question.
Sort of. Vanessa?
Wait, is it, what, can you like say the letters that are in the equation? We can't tell if it's a T or a plus.
Ah, yeah, it's A equals LW plus LH.
Okay.
Noel?
Did you make it like LNH or L squared NH?
Sort of. You're thinking along the right tracks. Thane and then Lorenzo?
You could make the L on the outside of parentheses and make it W plus H.
Yay! Everybody give it up for Thane! Okay, so Thane said to factor. Awesome, awesome job. We can factor out, and that's kind of what Cole was saying. But it's factoring. Okay, so now what? Now we only have one of them, right? So there's something that we can do to both sides to get rid of that W plus H. Tyler?
You divide by W.
Excellent. Divide by W plus H. Everybody give it up for Tyler. So L equals A divided by W plus H. All right. Questions? Yes.
So, for our homework, it's just letters, no numbers.
There may be some number. So, like, I think there's one where there's like a half in there or something. Or so
like
two.
And if
One
it's
half.
numbers, would we?
Well, these are so these problems. The ones with numbers in them are actually easier because you look at them the same way you look at these.
All right.
Other questions? Okay. Oh, Alyssa.
extra credit day?
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, I want to hear you guys, if you're not cheering for yourselves and because you're happy that we're done with Algebra 2 lessons for this semester, cheer because I am happy that we are done with Algebra 2 lessons. Do it right now. Everybody cheer.